Today we're going to talk about how to teach while sick. Hello everybody, welcome to another installment of Teaching with Zanette. I know I look a little different, you know, I cut off my hair, I love it. If I had known I would feel this liberated, I would have cut my hair a long time ago. I needed to let go of some things, and that included some hair, so I'm fine with that. Today we're going to talk about how to teach while sick. Now, I'm not talking about being on your deathbed. I'm not talking about having to go to the ED at the hospital. None of that. I'm just talking about some mild colds, allergies, sniffles, when you really want to get that money, but you're not really sure how to be your best self while teaching. So I'm going to tell you what you should do before, what you should do while teaching, and what you should do after you've taught your class. Are you ready? Let's go. So there are 5 things that you could do before you teach that will help you be your best self. The first thing is to sleep. You need rest. We all know that the body needs rest to be able to rejuvenate itself and heal itself. You need to sleep. That means you need to have more sleep at night, and if you can, sneak in some naps in the middle of the day. Now, you also want to have meaningful sleep, restful sleep. So you want to make sure the lights are dimmed, not a lot of sound. If you can sleep well with white noise, use that. Make sure your electronics are far away, even if it's your phone that you like to use for your alarm. That's cool, but have it far away. Don't be scrolling through the gram aimlessly for hours when you really could be sleeping. You're not feeling well. You need the rest. Okay, so the second thing to do before you teach is to make sure that you're hydrating yourself. Drink a lot of water. It can be warm water, room temperature water, ice cold water. Sometimes it doesn't really matter. You just need to make sure that you're helping flush whatever's in your body and making you sick. Flush that out. We all know that we're mostly made up of water, and our cells need to replenish themselves. So drink water. Number 3, warm beverages. Warm beverages are our friends, especially if sometimes you get a little raspy and you want to soothe your throat. Now, I always have something warm with me when I am feeling a little ill, when I have my allergies and they're rampant. I will have some warm tea with me while I'm teaching. So beforehand, when you're teaching, get you something warm to drink. It could be tea. Make sure you're throwing some lemon in there, throwing some ginger, agave syrup, honey. That just it makes me feel so much better when I have tea. Not only is it soothing to my throat, but in a kind of way, I feel like it's soothing to my mind and my entire body. Like, oh, I can do it. I can teach these 12 classes back to back. Yes, I can. All right, number 4. What you can do before you teach, this may not be for everybody, but if you found medication that works, I don't know if it's Tylenol, something over the counter, or maybe it's a prescription that worked for you, take it. Follow the instructions. Take your medication. If you're not really sure what could possibly work for you, go to your doctor and figure that out with him or her. They'll be able to direct you to what can work. Remember, you want to be your optimal self. Sometimes medication is the answer. Now, the last thing that I wish I knew about before, which is so amazing, is the neti pot. How come nobody told me about this before? Oh my goodness. So like I told you before, what I usually suffer from are seasonal allergies, which is basically all the seasons. So I use the NeilMed sinus rinse. Amazing contraption. You basically fill it with what you got to fill it with, squeeze it through one nostril, and it goes up, cleans everything out, and empties out your sinuses on the other side. Amazing. Afterwards, it's like, hallelujah. The angels of heaven are singing and I can actually breathe and I don't sound like, my nose is stuffed up. It's amazing. So those are the 5 things that I always do before my classes, before I'm teaching. Now, 2 things that you could definitely do while you're teaching. So this is while you're actually teaching your students, and those 5 minutes that you have between your classes. Now, the first thing is to sneak a drink. It could be water, it could be that tea, it could be whatever that beverage is that is keeping you hydrated and keeping your throat ready to go, because you're talking, you're making noises. So first thing, everybody has a Chick-fil-A straw or whatever kind of straw. You need a straw. The reason why you need a straw is because when you are sneaking a sip of something, you need it to be quick. You don't want to be going down like, no, we're not doing that. We're using a straw. What we're also doing is we're doing it behind a prop. Did you hear me sip? No, but I did. I had a drink and I swallowed. Pro. You might want to practice this before, but you don't have to. The other thing is, if you feel a big cough coming up, or you know you're about to have a big old sneeze, we have the mute button. Now in the new classroom, hello, mute. You feel it coming? Mute that thing and you're gonna be good to go. All right, so sidebar. I don't know about y'all, but sometimes I have gas and I have a fart, and you know sometimes you can feel when that fart is gonna be loud. I also use the mute button for that. I know that has nothing to do about how to teach while being sick, but since we're on the mute button, just know you can press that, let it rip, and then unmute. You're good to go. Okay, let's get back to it. So during teaching, remember to sneak a sip. Could be your water, anything warm. You need the straw. The straw will help you. You can always sip behind a prop or go off to the side. You know, we're doing TPR, it's your full body, you're doing everything. They're not gonna know. Nobody's gonna even be the wiser. All right, so what you should do after, which I feel is almost the most important step. What you do after, I feel, really will let the parents know, you know, damn, teacher was sick and she still came and she taught my daughter, she taught my son, you know, she really cares. So I always leave a note in the feedback, like always. And I have been using this note for basically a year now. And every time I have left this note in the feedback, I have not only gotten 5 stars, because I only have 5 stars, but I have gotten a kind little note in there saying, oh, thank you for Teacher Zanette for teaching. I hope that you feel better soon, or remember to rest. You know, there's always some kind words that they leave. So what I always say is, kindly forgive my voice. I am sick and suffering from allergies. From time to time, I may sneeze or cough during class. I may also need to sip on a warm beverage to relieve and soothe my throat. My apologies. I did not want to cancel and miss our class today. Smiley face. Thank you for understanding. Works like a charm every single time. The top of the feedback, I leave that in there. So these are the tips that I have been using when I'm teaching, before, during, and after. Works every time. Sometimes I sound nasally. I honestly never, probably once or twice when I thought I was going to keel over, sip in front of the child. Like in the class, I always make sure I'm shielded and they don't really see. I don't want any complaints, but I've also never gotten any complaints when I sip in front of them. Remember the almighty straw. But most of all, I want you guys to remember to take care of yourself, right? Many of us, you know, we might be doing this as a side gig, or it might be our main gig, but there's nothing more important than your health. This is not if you have like a bladder infection and you're about to keel over, or you know, you got gangrene on your toe and you guys know, you know when your body is telling you, all right, quit. This is not for those who really need to go to the doctor. Remember, you can always get a doctor's note or use a hospital bill to prove that you were ill and you had to cancel your classes. You can apply for soft or medium cancellation. But this is just for those of us who are about those coins, even when our health is like not really agreeing with us 100%. Anyway, thank you for stopping by with me for another episode of Teaching with Zanette. Sorry. I will see you soon. Bye.